Welcome to oral pathology sessions. We are going to discuss about Pindborg tumor in this video. Okay, Pindborg tumor is a repeatedly asked your short essay question. Okay, it can ask as a Pindborg tumor. Now let's see what's there in Pindborg tumor. Okay, you're seeing this image. It is very peculiar of Pindborg tumor. Now let's see what's there, and we will come back to this image for your brain exercise. Okay, now let's start with the contents. Okay, we'll discuss about the introduction of Pindborg tumor, etiology, what is the cause of this Pindborg tumor, the clinical, radiological, and histological features. That's where the important part lies in every cyst and tumor. The clinical, radiological, and histological feature and the treatment of this Pindborg tumor. Now, Pindborg tumor. What exactly is Pindborg tumor? It is the name is calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor. Okay, CEOT. Okay, calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor. Now, as the name indicates, I told you the pathology is explaining itself from its name. Okay, that is calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor. So, it is a tumor arising from the odontogenic epithelium which show calcifications. Okay, so just like your calcifying odontogenic cyst, right? A cyst which show calcification. So here CEOT, calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor. So it show calcification. Now we have to see what exactly it is. Okay, it is very rare tumor. It was found by Pindborg. That's why it is called Pindborg tumor, and it is frequently associated with an impacted tooth. Okay, mostly it is associated with an impacted tooth, and it can also occur in centrally as well as peripherally. Okay, peripheral or extraosseous variant is also there that occurs within the gingiva. Okay, while the intraosseous variant that occurs within the bone. Okay, so just like other tumors within bone, so just like other tumors, it can occur in the bone as well as in the gingiva. Okay, now what is the reason? What is the cell of origin of this Pindborg tumor? It can arise from your cell rust. Okay, your dental lamina, rust of the dental lamina, it can arise from your rust of the dental lamina. But latest advances has shown that rather than from the dental lamina, the more chance is that it can arise from the rust of the stratum intermedium. The stratum intermedium cells are type of cells which are seen in the odontogenic epithelium. Okay, you can revise your DADH, dental anatomy and dental histology. There you have a stratum intermedium like cells or stratum intermedium cells which is present in the enamel organ, right? So it is found out that we thought that it is Pindborg tumor is arising from any of the rest of the dental lamina. Okay, it can arise, but most advanced studies says that it is arising from the remnants of the stratum intermedium. And clinically what you see is that it is also a painless, because it is benign tumor. It's a painless slow growing swelling mostly occurring in the older person, and it is also occurring in the posterior mandibular region. Mostly can occur anywhere, but most commonly it occur in the posterior mandible. Now now the most interesting thing is that radiology. So whenever there is a calcification, most odontogenic tumors are radiolucent, but whenever there is a calcification, we are seeing some radio opacities also. So it usually appear as a unilocular or multilocular radiolucency. Okay, with a well scalloped margins, you are seeing a radiolucency. That's about an odontogenic tumor. But due to the calcifications inside, we can see various radio opaque calcifications are seen. Okay, so here can you see in this picture, you can see a well defined radiolucency, but associated to this tooth you can see some opacities also. So that is radio opacity, and here you can see radiolucency, and mostly it is related to an impacted tooth. See, and that appearance of this radio opacity is called driven snow pattern. Means it is, see, this is a driven snow pattern. It is very clean, smooth snow. Okay, that is a driven snow. Okay, fresh snow. No footprints, no impressions. There it is a clean, smooth snow. The first form snow. So similarly, you can see a driven snow pattern here. Okay, can you see this? This radio opacities are looking very smooth. Okay, and I will highlight it for you. You can see this radio opacity there, it is very smooth like a driven snow pattern. Okay, so that type of radiographic image you get in a Pindborg tumor, because it is a well defined a unilocular or multilocular radiolucency, but as there is calcifications, we can see this calcifications as radio opacities, okay, related to the impacted tooth, and that appearance is called driven snow appearance. Coming to the histology, what you can see in the histology, in histology you can see a polyhedral epithelial cells, you can see a polyhedral epithelial cells like this, okay, and they are connected by intercellular bridges. You can see prominent intercellular bridges. This is very striking feature of Pindborg's tumor. You are seeing polyhedral epithelial cells with prominent intercellular bridges. The cells are connected each other, or cells are attached to each other by their intercellular bridges. Okay, and you can see the cellular bridges very prominently. That is striking feature of this Pindborg's tumor. Okay, and you can these cells are situated, or cells are arranged in sheets or strands. Okay, in a fibrous stroma. The stroma is fibrous, and the main thing you can see here is that you can see some amyloid like material. Some areas will show pink areas. Okay, some pink areas, pink amorphous or hyalinized pink amorphous areas, they are nothing but amyloid like material. So this tumor has amyloid like material, and this material may get calcified. Okay, they get calcified, and these calcifications are called Lees-Gang ring calcification. So the amyloid may get calcified, and it will calcify like rings. Okay, so this is called Lees-Gang ring calcifications. Now, can you see in this image we are seeing a lot of polyhedral cells. Okay, can you see this polyhedral cells? You take this area, you can see in this area. If you observe this area, you can see a lot of polyhedral cells with prominent intercellular bridges. The cells are connected to each other by intercellular bridges. Okay, and you can see some areas which is eosinophilic globules. Okay, these areas are called amyloid like material. Okay, we are seeing here polyhedral epithelial cells, and we are seeing eosinophilic. Okay, pink eosinophilic homogeneous area means it doesn't look like a cell, it is homogeneous, or it is hyalinized areas of eosinophilic material. They are nothing but they are amyloid. Okay, they are amyloid, and you can see in this image they get calcified, and you can see ring like calcification. Can you see all these? They are called a Lees-Gang ring calcifications. Okay, Lees-Gang ring classification. So these are the features you see in your Pindborg tumor. Okay, you are seeing polyhedral cells with strong intercellular or prominent intercellular bridges. You are seeing amyloid material. You are seeing Lees-Gang ring calcification. These calcifications are the one we are seeing in the radiograph as snow-driven appearance. Okay, now you can see the amyloid material in the Pindborg tumor. Now we want to see whether this is amyloid or not. What material is that? Okay, so that amyloid like material in the Pindborg tumor, we can stain it with a dye called Congo red. Okay, the Congo red is the stain which is used to target this amyloid. Okay, we will stain it with Congo red. Okay, we will take a piece of a Pindborg tumor, we will stain it with Congo red. Okay, I got a Pindborg tumor, there is amyloid, and I am going to stain with Congo red, and I am going to take this slide and see in a polarized light. So if I see it in a polarized light, I will see this as apple green in color. So it is called apple green birefringence. So when I stain it with Congo red, and I use when I see it with a polarized light, this amyloid material will appear apple green in color. Can you see in this image apple green color? These are nothing but your amyloid. Okay, amyloid. So this is a peculiar feature of your Pindborg tumor, and that amyloid is actually a protein called ameloblast associated protein. Okay, ameloblast associated protein. Okay, so this is what you see in the histology of Pindborg tumor. Now, how you treat it? It's a benign tumor. There is conservative local resection can be done. The recurrence is just 15% and the overall prognosis is very good. So this is about Pindborg tumor. You should know calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor, CEOT. So there is calcification. Now the clinical features, where it is occurring, how it is occurring, and the radiological features, the snow driven appearance, and about the histological feature, that is a cell type, how it is appearing with the prominent intercellular bridges. Okay, the amyloid material, okay, the least gangrene calcification, okay, and in apple green bifringence in the Congo red stain. Okay, that all about Pindborg tumor. Thank you.